And they're off. First step, we'll mash through these cutscenes, and now comes the intro stage. As I said on the previous race, the intro stage is plain old jump dashing, because dashing is slower than jump dashing in this game. We'll be jumping across all these gates, and we'll destroy last one. For anyone wondering about EaB's Black Zero, it has no effect on the gameplay, it only changes Zero's color. And done with everyone. Here I choose more of the same, just that jumping and destroying all of these tomb or ground blocks. I'm not completely sure what those things are made of. Destroying some of them or just killing them. On this game you don't really want to slash too much stuff, because each time you do an attack that's not the first or second ground slash, you generate lag, so we'll avoid using anything but those two attacks. Here comes the intro boss. This guy's name is Reagan. He can do 3 things. What he does depends on your position, and the 8-bit got a good pattern. And so does EaB. Those two are both good patterns, so 8-bit got the best pattern. What that boss can do is either stay low and shoot those balls, fly low like he did to EaB, or fly up like he did to Chugman on the other race. That's the worst RNG, but both runners got a good RNG this time. Now that they're done with the intro stage, we'll get to see the Maverick stages. For 0-100%, runners usually start with either Magma Dragoon or Jet Stingray. Let's see which Maverick they start with. Okay, so 8-bit went for Magma Dragoon, and so does EaB. Magma Dragoon is also pretty much dash jumping all the time. You don't want to get hit too much, or at all, especially by these meteors. They deal a lot of damage, and if you get hit at the wrong time, you will fall down to the pit and you'll die, so you don't really want it. Good area 1 for 8-bit, and EaB's done as well. Third try for 8-bit, and third try for EaB. Not so bad. Since this is 100%, it's required to get that heart tank and all of the other items. That's the first one we'll get. Now you saw that runners get the right armor. That's to say, the shortcut down here. If we didn't take the right armor, we'll have to do the whole climb up there and fall down to this battle, which is way slower. This is the first Maverick boss, Magma Dragoon. What we'll be doing against Magma Dragoon is SDC, which is what you're seeing right now, cancelling your combo on the first deck. That's because the first and second and slashes do not trigger iframes on bosses, so we can just slash them to death. Also, you saw them crash into Magma Dragoon. That's because if you crash into Magma Dragoon, it deals less damage than getting hit by a Hadouken or Shoryuken. For defeating Dragoon, we get the Ryu engine, Rising Fire Slash. This tag is useful for getting some items, and it's also Cyber Pickaxe weakness, so that's the stage we'll be going to now. Cyber Pickaxe has this gimmick, this target that tracks your time on every section. What you want is to get an S rank, so you get the extra item. On these sections, you can get a B rank if you're really slow, which makes you do the whole section again, an A rank, which makes you advance but not get any item, and the S rank, which lets you get an item. On the first section, that will be an extra life. Here on the second section, it's a hard tank, and in the third section, it's a sub tank. Also, you don't want to get grabbed by those yellow spheres floating around the stage, as they trap you, and you lose a lot of time. You have to mash your D-pad left and right to get free, so you don't really want that. A little damage booster to not get grabbed by the yellow spheres. And 8-bits done with Area 1. Area 2 has this gimmick of turning the stage upside down. We'll be pushing the switches to move these purple spheres there, so they can break those purple bricks. If we don't break them with the sphere, we can't proceed, so it's mandatory. And here comes Cyber Pickaxe. Cyber Pickaxe can do 3 different things. What we want him to do is to stay up and throw his tail missiles at us, so we can keep air slashing him. But if he spawns down, we'll be using this fire attack, the Ryu engine, because it's his weakness. If he spawns in front of us, we can also snatch in an air slash for more damage. But generally what we want is what you're seeing now, that he stays up and shoot those missiles from his tail. That's the best pattern, and because he stays the longest time on screen and we can hit him a lot. For defeating Cyber Pickaxe, we get the Uraku Hoha, which is your Stick attack. This attack will be used later on Storm Owl Flight. Next stage is Split Mushroom. Split Mushroom is a movement heavy stage, but as long as you always do the same, you'll go through it no problem. You don't really want to get hit too much here, because at the end of Area 1, we'll be facing a mini boss, and we'll be doing a lot of damage boosts on that mini boss, so we want to have a good chunk of HP. This plan's very difficult, but of them are managing pretty well. EaB is getting kind of a lead here. Oh, a little mistake by EaB there, but it's fine. And now comes the minibus. To be able to damage this miniboss, he has to break one of these platforms we're standing on. We just have to wait, and only then we can attack. We do those 2 fire attacks first, and now we get down and attack him. Have to make sure to be on iframes because since there are spikes down there, that will be an insta-kill if we touch them without iframes. That's why we need to conserve HP so we could damage boost. Area 2 is similar to the start of Area 1, where you have to know exactly when to jump, dash, and whatever, so you don't get hit too much. That was pretty good for EaB. And this is the only item on this stage, it's our tank. Now comes an auto scorer. This elevator is kind of a chore really. You can only wait at 0. As X you can do a little small skip where you go up a little bit faster, but you still have to wait for the elevator to reach the end to progress the stage, so not really a big deal. You can also pan up the camera a bit here if you do a Ryu engine, but it's not a huge game changer, it just makes you go up a little faster. Now comes split mushroom fight. What split mushroom does is always the same. He'll always stick to the wall, throw these soul bodies at us, and then he'll clone himself. You cannot damage the clone, but as long as you get the right mushroom, you'll be fine. You also see that runners are mostly air slashing split mushroom. That's because split mushroom won't stay still, so it's really hard to SDC him. And if you were to do it, you'll have to do SSDC, which is a variation of SDC where you cancel your combo on your second slash instead of your first. Because for some reason the second slash deals a bit more damage to split mushroom and also to final sigma. It's the only 2 instances where I know that SSDC is used. We're seeing a little route change here. EaB will be going to Jet Stingray and 8bit is going for Storm Owl. These are vastly different stages, so it's take a while. Jet Stingray is basically an auto-scroller where we'll be riding this bike throughout the whole stage, and Storm Owl is the stage where we fly through the ships and we take this ride armor so we can go really fast. When we use the ride armor on Storm Owl, we'll be charging its cannon so we can blast through any enemy on our way because this cannon does not generate any lag, so that's really useful. On Jet Stingray stage, we'll be mostly air dashing with the bike because every time we do an that's really important, the EaB died. Every time we do an air dash on the bike, the camera goes forward just a tiny bit, so it can save a little bit of time if we air dash all the time. However, it can be tricky because when you land from an air dash, you have this little time where you cannot move, and if you land on an edge of a platform, you also float for a second. What you saw 8bit do right there is a little skip where you damage yourself and then jump to the spikes. It saves a little bit of time. It can be tricky if you don't know how to do it, but once you know, it's very free. That mini boss is also really easy. EaB is done with Area 1, and 8bit's up against Storm Owl. Storm Owl is different to other bosses because we want to hit him with the third slash of our combo instead of the first and the second because it deals a lot more damage. And also we can SDC Storm Owl, but just like Mushroom, he won't stay quiet. He won't stay put for a long time, so it's better to just time your third slash well and then do a Rakuhoha for maximum damage. Now on the EaB side, we will see Stinger fight. Oh, also for beating Storm Owl, you get a purple saber which deletes projectiles, nothing more. For Jet Stingray, we'll want him to throw those little stingrays from his knee and not dive at us. Usually he should come down on the third cycle. That's the best pattern you can get, and if he does, you can SDC him to death. But if not, he'll just keep diving and then throw these red stingrays at you, which are very bothersome, but that was a really good fight for EaB. And now 8-bit is on Jet Stingray. For defeating Jet Stingray, we get the Hienkyaku. The Hienkyaku is an air dash, nothing else. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, when you defeat 4 bosses in this game, you get a little cutscene where Colonel goes up to the Maverick Hunter base, and as Zero, you get a cutscene seeing both of them fight, and as X, you'll actually have to fight Gon. Since we're Zero, we won't be seeing that fight. Now EaB is going for Storm Owl. Well, I'm out of things to talk since I've already explained both stages, so let's hope they get good execution. Oh, also on Jet Stingray stage, we got a hard tank back on area 1, and there on area 2, 8-bit just got the sub tank. Those are the 2 items this stage has. And Storm Owl has a hard tank right. Oh, I already passed away. Thought it was. Nah, forget it. Oh, also, let's see if EaB gets to skip here. Very well. And maybe its battle against Stingray is going fine. Also, you'll notice some noise in the background for 8-bit. This is one of PC version's small problems. Sometimes the bike sound will bug out and keep making noises like this until you finish the stage. But it's no big deal, since once Zero warps out, that noise will be over. And I will fight for EaB. Storm Owl always starts the same, but then what he does is completely random. He can spawn from any of the 4 corners of the screen. So it was a really nice fight for EaB. Next stage for 8-bit is Web Spider. Web Spider is another straightforward stage of just jump dashing. Or dash jumping, I mean, that's the more appropriate term. Yeah, on this stage we'll be mostly evading all the enemies on our way. And there's also a risky jump we can do later on. Let's see, corners to it. There it is. If you're slow on that jump, you can go straight down, but I did got it pretty well. And he's done with area 1. On area 2, we get more of the same. On these beehives, you'll see a runner's damage boost, because it's way faster than destroying them, as it generates a lot of lag. And here's this stage only item, the hard tank. And 8-bit's done with area 2. Now we'll face up against Web Spider. Web Spider has a quick kill, which has a little RNG involved, but I think 8-bit won't go for it. Since I was wrong, he tried, but sadly he didn't get it. I mean. Once you get Web Spider's HP like at half, he'll change faces into this big web thingy. But it's fine. It got it. No problem. Let's see if EaB attempts the quick kill. That was slow, so sadly he didn't get it. The way the quick kill works is that you have to damage boost onto that little web spider is web spider is hanging from web. Yeah. That little web spider is hanging from the ceiling. You want to damage boost onto that and make sure web spider is on iframes, and then you have to do an air slash off screen and you'll hit web spider for a lot of damage. Sometimes you can even kill it that way. I'm not completely sure about the time difference, but I would say it should be around 30 seconds now, or a little bit more. Next stage for both is Slash Feast. This is just dash jumping stage, like many others. You'll want to damage boost onto many things here because you don't want to generate lag by killing stuff, unless you know how to move really well. These two move really well, so not much damage taken. And that's Slash Feast's mini boss. It's really easy, just rolling around. By the way, for defeating Web Spider, we got the Raijingeki, which is a Thunder Stab. That attack will be used later on Split Mushroom Refight. Area 2 is more the same. You want to avoid getting hit by that right armor, because right armor in this game deal a lot of damage. So you want to damage boost on something else. Like that little soldier right there. Also, those grenades deal a lot of damage, so you have to be careful with that. And 8-bit got to Slash Feast. Slash Feast has some RNG on it. What he can do is either jumping around, or do this attack, or throw you bananas, like that. As our Brazilian friends have called that attack. But as long as you have enough HP and can tank some of his attacks and have a good STC, you'll have no problem. For defeating Slash Feast, we get the Shibuga. This is a dash attack. This will be used on Frostwater stage, coming right up to break some ice blocks with little lag. And here's EaB's fight. EaB is doing SSTC on Slash Feast. You don't really see that often, but if your STC is kinda slow, doing SSTC on boss is completely fine. This is the first item on Frostwaters, that hard tank, and later on we'll get the EX tank. Oh, 8-bit did not mean to do that. Okay, so here's the X-Tank. What this item does is give us 4 lives if we game over or load or save, so it's useless on the speedrun, hence why I've called it the useless tank before. But since this is 100%, it's required to collect it. Now comes Frostwater's mini-boss, this claw thingy. What this claw can do is either guard its eye and go from where he's standing to the other side of the screen, go up, and then back down, or charge at you. What we wanted to do is to charge at us because it won't protect its eye and we can just keep attacking it. 8-bit got really bad RNG, but it's fine, he's still on the lead. Now we'll be seeing some Shibuya there to break the ice blocks. That. And now we'll be getting the weapon tank. What this does is refill our weapon energy. For 0, it only refills the Rakuhoha, the Giga attack, so it's not really useful. Also, on this section you want to be really fast because those birds that appear right there can freeze the stage, and whenever they decide to freeze the stage, you'll lose some time standing still. So you don't want them to get to do it. Now comes the Frostwaters fight. Frostwaters is different to other bosses because you cannot STC him. He gets the full invincibility no matter what attack you do. So we'll be spamming his weakness, which is also the Ryu engine, like Cyber Peacock's case. Nice fight for 8-bit. Let's see how it goes for EaB. For defeating Frostwaters, we get the Hiretsu-san. The Hiretsu-san is a downward ice stack. This stack will be used later on Colonel, which is coming right now. I usually do Frostwater servers, so for me, Colonel comes way later, but they do Frostwaters last, so it's the next boss. Colonel is also another stride dash jumping stage. We'll be killing most enemies on our way in this case because it's faster than the damage boost, and there's also some bits here and there. On that part 8-bit passed right now, you can also damage boost onto one of those wheels and then do a double jump. This game has strange mechanic where if you do a double jump or do a dash jump or an air dash and get hit by something in the air, you can dash again or do a double jump again.
Now get ready.
Colonel also gets high frames no matter what attack we do, so we'll mostly be spamming Hiretsu-san. Also, whenever Colonel changes stance from guarding and attacking, we can sneak in double or even triple hits, so Hiretsu-san deals a lot of damage to him. Next stage is Final Weapon. 8-bit will go up against Iris now. Sadly we won't get the cutscene, because this is a speedrun. So no memes this time. Good triple hit for EaB right there. What we want to do on Iris is just there slash her until she releases that purple crystal. Then we just hit the crystal so we can deal damage. What are they fighting for? That's a good question. But there's a better question. What am I fighting for? Okay, so now that 8-bit's done with Ares, he'll go up against General. General is a big RNG factor on this game. Depending on what he does, you can either take like seconds to beat him or a real long time. Let's hope both get those sweet hands. Also, General is one of 2 bosses where you have to actually move to initiate the fight.
Was our destiny to fight.
The other boss is the Magma Dragoon refight. Nice, so 8-bit got the hands. You want these hands to spawn so you can STC General's head and finish him on one cycle. That's the optimal RNG. Now that 8-bit's done with General, he'll go on the boss rush. On the boss rush, we'll fight each boss again, hence the name. First one will be Magma Dragoon, and then he'll take a counterclockwise order. EaB getting the hands as well, that's really good. That's also the optimal RNG for Magma Dragoon. You'll want him to spit fire a lot, so you can get on his back and STC him to death. I think EaB died on the bike, so that's how 8-bit got ahead. Next boss for 8-bit is Wet Spider. We get a second chance on the quick kill here. That could have been a quick kill, but Wet Spider's CG was already too low. If you go below a certain threshold, hitting him off screen, he may get invincibility back and you won't be able to do quick kill. So you want to get the off-screen kill as quick as possible. Next boss for 8-bit is Cyber Peacock. This refight will be a little different, because this time we'll be mostly spamming the Ryu engine, the fire attack, because the rolling slash deals a lot less damage than the air slash. So, mostly Ryu engines this time. We usually do Magma Dragoon first, because we'll be taking some damage boost on him for an optimal fight, and the health refill is on our way to Spider, so we go to Magma Dragoon first. About who's better, I don't know. However, I can tell you that at Zero, the game is a lot faster, mainly because of SDC. But X gets no lag for killing things, so yay, I guess. Jet Stinger's fight is exactly the same as before. I will want him to get down. Good fight for 8bit. And the AB is done with Cyber Peacock. Now this fight is also a little different. Now that we've got Wet Spider's ability, the right Jingeki, we'll be using it to despawn these soul bodies with mushroom throws at us. And now we'll be hitting him himself with the right Jingeki for maximum damage. Also, you'll see that our runners will use the right Jingeki on a combo. That's because if you just press the special attack button, the right Jingeki will charge. But if you do it in a combo, it'll come out immediately, so it's a lot faster. Yeah, casually split mushroom can be hard, but he always does the exact same thing, so as long as you know how he will move, you should be okay. Next for 8bit is Slash Fist. Oh, it's pretty bad. One banana, and he's done. Oh, what you saw right there was a right Jingeki finish. On Slash Fist and Magna Dragoon, you can also use the right Jingeki because it deals more damage. And on EAB screen, you can also do SSDC if you want to. No, it's not faster files, but a runner's preference, I guess. Some decide to do 2 rolling slashes and then a fire attack, but just straight up spamming your engine should be faster. However, that's only on the refight. If you mean on the first fight, yes, it is faster to just do normal air slashes, but only if he spawns high. Not down on top of you or in front of you. Only if he spawns high left or right. And Storm Owl, exactly the same.
Tremble with terror. You are
Yeah, there you got it. It's slower. He said it himself. Okay, so now comes Final Sigma. The first phase of Final Sigma is this Green Reaper. You can only hit him with Ryu Engine, the fire attack, so that's what you'll be seeing. Also, if you damage boost onto him when he does that attack, you can get some double hits in. If he gets double hits, she'll be done now. There, it's done. Second phase of Sigma, he throws his side around a lot. What you want him to do is throw his side to the wall, so it sticks to it and he shoots this laser from his eyes. When he does this, we can get on his back and then STC him to death. If we stay on the floor and not go to the wall, his side will stick to the floor and he'll throw some boomerangs at us, which are really hard to evade and deal a lot of damage, so we don't want it. Now comes Final Sigma. Final Sigma are actually two bosses in one. That one was Counter Sigma, and there's also Head Sigma coming there. On Head Sigma, we want to do some SSDC, which is canceling our SDC on the second slash, because the second slash deals more damage to Head Sigma for some reason. Thanks, fights. And 8bit's done with Head Sigma. EaB dropping some frames here and there, but it's good. Oh, 8bit got 2D ends. That's the worst pattern Counter Sigma can do. But he's finished either way. Timer stops once he goes through this door and talks to General. And GG for 8bit. 42-19. That's a really good time. Let's see how EaB fares against Sigma. This is the best pattern for Counter Sigma, when he just shoots his gun like this and not do at the end like he did to the 8bit. And Head Sigma is done. And GG for EaB, 43-32. Was a good race. Though this race, to be honest, was just for the heck of it, since the group these runners are in actually just has these two runners because the other two left the tournament before, so they both will pass either way. So good race anyways. Let's see if they want to hop in. Hello there, 8bit.
Hey, wait, give me a sec. Volume. Ooh, everything's so quiet. Hi, hello.
Hi there.
Hey.
So, tell us about your race.
That was trash. I'm not used to PC at all. So like, yeah, it was really weird. I always play on PS1 and I'm just used to that. I meant to do like a warm-up run, but then like I used a DualShock 3 and it got all messed up with Scarlet Crush Productions and it just refused to like notice. So I had to reinstall everything because I plugged it into a different USB port. So I guess my computer is like on Windows 98. But yeah.
That really sucks.
super whack. But yeah, the run was aight. I mean, I didn't die, but it was really sloppy everywhere. So yeah, not bad.
Okay, so do you think you can win this tournament?
Nope.
Not
PC.
at all.
Nah, dude. I suck at PC version. I'm so
Okay.
not used to it.
I haven't got any answer from EAB, so I guess you won't be hopping in now. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this race. And next match hasn't been scheduled yet, but I hope we'll see you guys again soon. Next up on the schedule should be well, seems nothing else for today. So we'll be signing off for tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.